Okay, let's talk about your money. For a lot of us, it can be a huge source of stress, right? Just this chaotic mix of apps and bills and these kind of vague goals. Well, it really doesn't have to be like that. Today, we are going to build your personal finance blueprint. We're talking about a single, powerful plan that's going to give you clarity and, most importantly, control. Let's get into it.
And this image right here, this is exactly what we're aiming for. See, this isn't just about crunching numbers in a spreadsheet. It's about using those numbers to actually design the life you want to live. This blueprint we're making, think of it as the architectural plan for your next chapter. Okay, let's dive right in.
So here's our game plan, how we're going to build this thing together step by step. First up, we'll define what we even mean by a blueprint. Then we'll take a really quick and totally honest snapshot of your finances. After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, budgeting and goals. Then we'll tackle the all-important money mindset. And finally, we'll lock in your focus to make it all stick. You ready?
So what is a financial blueprint, really? Let's be super clear on this. It is not about being perfect with money. No way. It's about having one single plan that gives you clarity. And that clarity is unbelievably powerful. I mean, studies have shown that people with a written financial plan tend to accumulate way more wealth than those who don't. So this is all about creating direction and building some serious momentum.
You know, any great construction project has to start by surveying the land, right? Well, that's our first step here. We've got to get a clear financial snapshot. And listen, this is a zero judgment zone. Seriously, we are just gathering the facts about where you are starting from right now, today.
The most important number for this snapshot is your net worth. It might sound a little intimidating, but the formula is incredibly simple. It's just the value of your assets, the stuff you own, minus your liabilities, which is just the money you owe. So for example, if you have $10,000 in savings, but you owe $3,000 on a credit card, your net worth is $7,000. It's really that straightforward.
And this makes it so easy to see how it all works. On one side, you're going to list your assets, things like your savings account, investments, maybe the value of your car. On the other side, you list your liabilities. That's your credit card debt, student loans, whatever you owe. Go ahead, take a minute, do the math, and boom. That number right there, that's your starting point.
Okay, so now that you have that number, just sit with it for a second. How does it make you feel? Are you happy? A little anxious, maybe? Or maybe you're just surprised? Look, this isn't about judging yourself. It's about awareness. That feeling and that number, that's the fuel for the rest of our blueprint. All right, so now you know your starting point. The big question becomes, where do you want to go? And that brings us to our next phase, budgeting and setting savings goals. This is where we shift from just observing your money to actively directing it. It's time to give every single dollar a specific job. Now, if you're not sure where to start, this is a fantastic guideline, the 50-30-20 rule. It's super simple. The idea is that about 50% of your take-home pay goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and a non-negotiable 20% goes to savings and paying down debt. The easiest way to see how you measure up, just use a simple app or spreadsheet to track and categorize your spending for 1 month. I promise you, the results might really surprise you. So, as you look at your own spending, how does it stack up against that guide? And hey, you don't need to do a massive overhaul overnight. Just ask yourself this one simple question. What's one little adjustment I could make next month to get a tiny bit closer to that balance? And this is so important to remember. A budget without a real purpose can feel like a punishment, right? But your savings goals, whether it's building up an emergency fund, saving for a house, or finally booking that dream vacation, that's what turns budgeting from a restriction into a roadmap for your future. All right, so we've covered the numbers and the plan, but now we have to talk about the foundation that holds this entire thing up, your money mindset. The beliefs you have about money are so powerful, and ultimately they're going to determine your success way more than any spreadsheet ever could. And this lays it out perfectly. So many of us carry around these heavy, limiting beliefs, Things like, I'm just bad with money. It is time to consciously trade those in for something way more powerful, like I'm learning and I'm getting better every single day. You know what? I'd even challenge you to pause this and actually write down one money belief you want to let go of and what you're going to replace it with. This is a total game changer. And this right here, this is the ultimate reframe. Budgeting is not about restriction. Budgeting is empowering. It's you telling your money exactly where it needs to go, instead of getting to the end of the month and wondering where it all went. Okay, let's bring this all home.
We've got the snapshot, we've got the budget, we have the mindset. Now it's time for the final, most crucial piece of the puzzle: focus and commitment. This is how we turn the blueprint into your reality. So, what's your main focus right now? Are you in that stability phase where you're building your emergency fund and crushing high interest debt? Or are you maybe focused on growth through investing and boosting your income? Or perhaps you're aiming for freedom with those big goals like world travel or starting your own business. The key is to try and master one stage before you move to the next. Build that stability first, and you'll have a rock-solid foundation for growth. And here is how you start without feeling totally overwhelmed. You just set a simple 30-day intention. This makes it so achievable. Track your spending, make that contribution to your big savings goal, review your plan every Sunday, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable. Celebrate at least one financial win, no matter how small it seems. And just like that, we've come full circle. The framework, the plan, it's officially in your hands now. You have all the tools and the knowledge you need to create your own personal finance blueprint. So the only question left is the one on the screen. What will you build? If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more explainers just like it. Now go on, build something amazing.